Hi, my name is Sarah Wilson, and today I will be describing and analyzing the green linnet. The author is William Wordsworth, and two pictures can be seen of him on the right. The upper one is at an older age, and the bottom one is at a younger age. And he was born on April 7th, 1770 in Cockermouth, Cumberland, which is a Lake District of England. He began poetry as a young boy. His focus on nature was deepened during a walking tour of Europe he took before graduating college. He's also known as the founder of English Romanticism and is best known for lyrical ballads written with the help of Samuel Taylor Coleridge. He is a poet of spiritual and epistemological speculation, which is the theory of knowledge, and is concerned with the human relationships to nature and a fierce advocate of using common people in poetry. Both of these things are main themes in English Romanticism, and his poetic career was from 1798 through 1808 and died December 30th. Some interesting facts include that he was separated from his sister Dorothy after their mother's death, and he was poet laureate of England for 7 years, which is prominent poet traditionally appointed for life as a member of the British royal household. Now I'm going to read a copy of The Green Linnet. Beneath these fruit tree boughs that shed their snow-white blossoms on my head, with brightest sunshine round me spread, of spring's unclouded weather. In this sequestered nook how sweet to sit upon my orchard seat, and birds and flowers once more to greet my last year's friends together. When have I marked the happiest guest in all this covert of the blessed? Hail to thee, far above the rest, in joy of voice and pinion. Thou, linnet, in thy green array, presiding spirit here today, dost lead the levels of the May, and this is thy dominion. While birds and butterflies and flowers make all one band of paramours, thou ranging up and down the bowers art sole in thy employment. A life, a presence like the air, scattering thy gladness without care, too blessed with any one to pair thyself thy own enjoyment. Amid yon tuft of hazel trees that twinkle to the gusty breeze, behold him perched in ecstasies, yet seeming still to hover. There with the flutter of his wings, upon his back and body flings shadows and sunny glimmerings that cover him all over. My dazzling sight he oft deceives, a brother of the dancing leaves, then flits and from the cottage eaves pours forth his song and gushes, as if by that exalting strain he mocked entreated with disdain the voiceless form he chose to feign while fluttering in the bushes. So now I'm going to analyze the poem. So first we're going to start with unfamiliar vocabulary. And so the green linnet is actually a small songbird known for its song. And fun fact, the green linnet was the code name for a man named Napoleon Bonaparte, who people believed would overthrow the British rule, which I thought was very interesting. And in the top right, you can see a picture of the green linnet and how beautiful it is. And bows are a main branch of a tree, and pinion is the outer part of a bird's wing, including the flight feathers. Sequestered is some place that is isolated and hidden away. Covert is not openly acknowledging or displayed. Paramours are a lover, especially the forbidden partner of a married person. Bowers are a pleasant, shady place under trees, or climbing plants in a garden or wood. Yawn is for something situated yonder, and feign is to pretend to be affected by a feeling, state, or injury. And all these definitions were from Oxford Dictionary. Next, we are going to discuss the thesis and the main point. So my thesis is that nature should be celebrated for its complex beauty, and two examples in this poem are the breathtaking, complex song and the beauty that is far above the rest in joy and voice opinion. The author begins the story describing nature broadly, then goes into detail about thou linnet and the birds and butterflies and flowers. The complex beauty of even the smallest animal like butterflies recounts nature as detailed. Next is tone. In this story, the tone is celebrating, exciting, delightful, happy, jubilant, and carefree, and especially focused when recounting the nature of beauty and all the small details. Tonal shifts. The first 4 stanzas are the tones that I listed on the slide before, like excitement, content, happiness, focused, but it shifts in the last stanza to a tone of realization. He realizes that beauty can hide in nature and oft deceives. The bird is used to symbolize this realization when he pours forth in song, even while fluttering in the bushes, not being seen. This meaning that his song is beautiful, but the beauty of the bird itself is hidden among nature. Similes and metaphors seen in this poem include a presence like the air, and this is describing how nature is all around us. It is our life source in its own way. The next three are metaphors, and a life is comparing the life of the birds and butterflies and flowers to the life of spring. And then the next metaphor is that twinkle to the gusty breeze, comparing the breeze to a diamond or something shiny and valuable. The next metaphor is shadows and sunny glimmerings, comparing the sun and its corresponding shadows to something like sparkles and shiny, almost like a diamond. All these metaphors and similes are used to present the reader with comparisons to illustrate the beauty and awestruck wonder nature should bring, which goes back to my earlier theme. Personification. There were 3 examples in this poem, the first of which are in birds and flowers once more to greet. The birds and flowers are personified as humans meeting. The next is one have I marked the happiest guest. This is the birds and flowers are guests, or like human guests personified there. A brother of the dancing leaves. There are 2 personifications there. One is that the bird is a brother of Wordsworth, and the next is to the leaves are dancing. Theme and evidence. One theme that was developed throughout the poem was how nature was dazzling and should be celebrated. And the evidence for this is in his diction and his wording and imagery. And the brightest sunshine surrounds him in the linnet, in joy of voice and pinion, a life, a presence like the air, scattering thy gladness without care. In these 2 instances, diction is used to describe the author as awestruck with the gorgeousness and wonders of nature. The linnet, perched in ecstasies, tweeting its exulting strain, is an example of how the author utilizes diction to describe the bird as beautiful. This tiny bird is a symbol used to illustrate the author's fascination with nature and the beauty within if you look deep enough. Universal theme. That worth and beauty can be seen if you look hard enough. In this passage, the description of the linnet fluttering the bushes and deceiving the eyes of the author only furthers this point. What Wordsworth is saying is that in order to see the beauty of the bird, he has to look hard, which is the same with nature. In order to see the beauty, you have to look for it. My outside sources include the pictures and some definitions and some help with describing Wordsworth, and I want to thank you for listening to me talk and analyze the green linnet, and I hope you learned something. Thank you.